Hello and welcome to the MyEcon Income Shifting presentation. Today we're going to cover income shifting and all the great possibilities that MyEcon can do for your finances. So first and foremost, let me tell you a little bit about our company. We're a 13-year-old, debt-free, technology-driven company based in Atlanta, Georgia, and we've put over $400 million in people's pockets over the last several years here, and we're actually on track to do another $100 million in the next 12 months. So you're actually in the right place at the right time with the right company. Now, we're the personal financial success company. Now, a lot of people, they struggle with understanding what exactly personal financial success is. So let's make sure that we're on the same page so we know exactly what we're talking about. Personal financial success is simply having enough cash flow to support your lifestyle during your working years and your retirement years. So basically, you have two streams of income that you're going to have in your life. First, you're going to have income from working. So you trade time for money. Now, the problem is one day you're either going to get too old to work, decide you don't want to work, or your job is going to fire you, and you have to have a second source of income called income producing assets, okay? So let's put some numbers to this so you kind of get an idea of what we're talking about. So let's say you have a $100,000 a year household income. You need roughly 12 and a half times what you make in a year in income producing assets to replace that income. So you would need $1.25 million in what is called income producing assets. Now, what type of assets? Stocks, bonds, real estate, mutual funds, private businesses, basically anything that you own that could bring you money without you working. The problem is many people in America struggle with getting to personal financial success. We live in the wealthiest country in the history of the world. There's more money here than anywhere else in the world, but most people are broke, okay? But let's talk about the obstacles. Number one, inflation. The cost of living goes up in this country every year. As a matter of fact, every 20 years in this country, the cost of living actually doubles. Now, think about this. Your income will never double on your job every 20 years. So you got to figure out how to start multiplying as opposed to just addition. Most people try to get a second job or they try to get another degree. That's addition. They don't multiply. The only way to multiply, you got to do two things. Number one, you got to build leveraged income, which means getting paid off not only your efforts, but other people's efforts. Number two, you have to build residual income. But now, here's the other problem. 95% of the people in this country make 100% of their income from something called a W-2, which means they work a job. Nothing necessarily wrong with working a job, but here's the problem. You lose 25 to 30% of your income to taxes before you ever spend a dime to take care of your family. Now, if somebody's taking 25 cents to 30 cents every time you get paid, you're going to have a problem. It's very difficult for you to save money. So when you make major purchases like buying a car, buying a home, here's what happens. You have to go into debt. You have to finance those things. So now when you start looking at the house notes, the credit cards, and all those student loans, a lot of those payments are a big portion is interest. So what's going to happen is you might lose another third to just interest payments on debt. That's just the right to owe somebody money. Now, if you look at high taxes, which is 30%, and debt, you're looking at 60% of your income that's going to absolutely nothing. And you're supposed to take what's left, live on it, and save for your retirement. It's not going to happen. But I want you to take a look here. What's the number one thing people do and number two things that people do to build finances? They say, well, I'm going to get a better job with a better company. Show me how a better job with a better company solves inflation or high taxes. It doesn't, okay? People say, well, I want to get another degree in another field or I'm going to get a master's degree. The problem is it doesn't attack inflation, doesn't attack taxes, and it actually makes the debt go up. So what people need is more financial strategies and more cash flow, okay? So let's talk about them. We're going to give you 5 new income shifting streams at MyEcon, okay? The first one, we're going to teach you how to correct tax withholding. Now, I did not say manipulate tax withholding. Some people say, well, I just claimed 9 for 6 months and I claimed 0 for 6 months. That's not what we're talking about, okay? Number 2, minimize your taxes. Think about this. What if we could help you lower your taxes potentially by $200 to $800 per month? That would be a wonderful thing because that's cash flow back into your pocket. Number 3, what about building and generating business income outside of your job? See, we have to build income that we own. The problem with the job income is we have no equity. So you can't take your seniority and give it to your children. You can't take your salary and give it to your children. So we have to build income that we own. We can't afford to work 25 or maybe 30 years for a company and walk away with nothing and they keep what we built, okay? And number 4, the borrower is definitely servant to the lender, so get 100% debt free. Imagine having $1,000 to maybe $3,000 more back into your budget because you don't have a lot of car notes, credit cards, student loans, and mortgages. That's more cash flow. And number 5, let's take all the cash flow from steps 1, 2, 3, and 4 and become an investor. Imagine being able to have your money make money. See, we got to learn to have our money make money because we've only been taught to have labor make us money, right? So when somebody buys from Amazon, when somebody buys from Walmart, when somebody pays their Netflix bill, you want to get paid on those things. We call that whole process cash, asset, cash, okay? Take some cash, buy an asset, it creates more cash. But now, let's talk about the first one, correcting tax withholding. The IRS says that 80% of the people in this country overpay their taxes to the tune of roughly about $250 to $300 a month too much. So the average refund is $3,000. And anytime you get a refund, it means you overpaid your taxes. Now, here's the problem with that, okay? Sometimes people say, well, John, I'm not sure. How do I know that I'm overpaying my taxes? Well, just go to your most recent tax return, go down to line 75 on the 1040, and it talks about your refund. It says this is the amount that you overpaid. But we've been conditioned to think that a refund is what? A wonderful thing. It's actually not. Some people say, well, John, wait a minute. If I get the money back when I file, why is it such a big deal? Because you lose something called return on investment. Here's what happens. Let's say that you've been getting a $3,000 refund for the last 20 years of your life. That's $60,000 of your money that the IRS held on to for 12 to 18 months at a time. And here's what happened. They made money on it. It was in their investment account and you got nothing. And today you don't have the $60,000. But if you had that money back into your paycheck, you dropped it into your 401k plan, today you'd have the $60,000 plus you would have tens of thousands of dollars in compound interest. You lost money, okay? But now we're going to help you get that money back into your paycheck. The other thing is we have to minimize what we're supposed to pay. The business owner gets preferential treatment in this economic system called America, okay? It's a capitalistic system. And the very nature of capitalism means somebody is getting capitalized upon. That's always the person that has the least amount of information in the system and they don't get all the benefits. So let's talk about this, okay? If you go out and rent an apartment for $1,000, you get no tax advantages, right? See, I'm going to show you that the government gives us incentives for things that they actually want us to do. But if you go out and take that same $1,000 and get a mortgage, you get a tax deduction for paying that mortgage every single month. So they wanted more people to own homes as opposed to rent homes, okay? Now, they also want people to go green. If you buy a hybrid vehicle, okay, you get up to a $7,500 tax credit for buying that vehicle. But if you buy a gasoline vehicle, no tax credits. So they want more people to do what? Go green. But let me show you something else. You get more tax advantages as a business owner than you do as an employee for doing the same things, okay? Let me give you an example. Let's say you get in your car, you drive down the road, and we have a curriculum that's going to teach you about all this. We're going to show you how it works. We have a software system to help you implement the process. This is our whole cash flow management system. But let's talk about it, okay? So if you get in your car, drive down the road, and you go to work to make you some money, you get no tax advantages for doing that. But if I get in my car, drive down the road, and do business, make a bona fide attempt to make me some money, guess what? I can write off my mileage. Over 50 cents per mile is going to be a tax deduction for me. Well, how does that really help you? Every $10,000 you have in tax deductions, for example, will save you roughly about $2,500 to $3,000 in real cash. So that's amazing, all right? So what about the car note that you have? Do you have any interest in that car note? That becomes partially tax deductible. We'll show you how to write off 80 to 90% of the miles that you drive your car. And these are things that you're already doing anyway. Let's take a look at some others. Communications, your cell phone bill, your internet bill. Are you paying those? Absolutely, right? But now it becomes a tax deductible event if you use them in your business. What about travel? So you go to family reunions, you go on vacation, right? But how about doing a business trip and do it in the same locale where the family reunion is? Now it becomes tax deductible. So you start to pick up tax deductions on average, okay? And this one is a great one. We show you how to get up to a $12,000 tax deduction for feeding, clothing, and taking care of your children. These are all things we're going to do anyway. As an employee, we get no advantage for these, but as a business owner, you do. So we're going to show you how to use these as what is called adjustments to income, and these could give you more allowances on your W-4 form on your job. And most people will pick up somewhere between $10,000 and $30,000+ in tax deductions to save them on their taxes. And remember, every $4,150 in tax adjustments to income will actually give you an additional allowance on your W-4, okay? So let's talk about being a business owner. We have a world-class business income system, okay? Now, we're going to give you that income shifting strategy, minimizing your taxes, bring that money back into your house, cut to your debt, or build your investment account, right? We have a software system that helps put that step by step in a plan for you. It's going to give you an asset accumulation strategy. It's going to be a debt elimination strategy. It is amazing. You also have $1 million worth of identity theft protection. You get free and discount legal services. You also get our smart money credit system. This is a system that shows you how to do everything that a credit restoration company is going to do. It is included in your membership. And guess what, folks? People pay $400 to $1,000 in other places to get this. You got discount travel and corporate perks, right? But we also build you a website on the internet where people can buy products and services from you. Because remember, you had to be a business owner and people don't have a viable business idea. So what we did is we created a business in a box. So now you don't have to worry about what you're going to sell. You don't have to worry about how much it's going to cost. It's just like if you buy yourself a franchise at one of these great fast food locations, okay? But now look at the products. Identity theft protection. People need that. That's a wonderful product. And we're much less expensive than the competition and giving more value. Our smart money credit system. That is amazing, okay? The cash flow management system. Do you know people that need to manage their finances? Absolutely. Book and travel. Now, we're not trying to make you a travel agent, but hey, we want to get paid in the $8 trillion travel business, okay? We got cutting edge nutraceuticals. I have no time to go through all of them, but here's the great thing. We don't make you buy a whole bunch of this stuff and it's in your closet, it's in your trunk and you're trying to ride around all that. No deliveries, no inventory, nothing like that, okay? So don't worry. How about getting paid every time somebody shops at Macy's, Sam's Club, Walmart, Best Buy, and a host of other Fortune 500 retailers, and we have over 600 different vendors that we've partnered with, okay? So you can make money in this business by having people just referred to your website. But now it gets even better. What if you start to multiply your earning potential? Now, you want to go out and become an executive vice president. So we're going to talk about how do you build a network, okay? Sometimes people get here, they get a little confused. They say, wait a minute, is this a pyramid thing? No, pyramids are illegal. That's not what we're talking about. But we're talking about building a legitimate system and a network, okay? Now, we have products and services that stand alone regardless of whether a person joins our business or not. But hey, you can do two things to get promoted to EVP. You can enroll 2 people in the income shifting membership, or you can move $200 of commissionable product in your website and we will promote you, okay? Now, the first 2 income shifting memberships you enroll, you make $10, okay? So now you're promoted to an EVP, but here's where it gets great. Every single time someone enrolls in the income shifting membership from that point on, you make $35 per person, okay? And what you want to do is we call this 3 is the key. So now, as you see, you've made $105. But if you start going through cycles of helping people get 3 referrals on the income shifting membership, we do 9 cycles of this, ladies and gentlemen, you make over $38,000. Well, those cycles can take a week, those cycles can take a month, or the cycles can take a year, however fast you want to go. But the bottom line is we have a tremendous income opportunity here. And could you use an extra $38,000? Absolutely. Now, this is not to project income. This is for illustrative purposes only, for you to see how our marketing plan works, okay? But you can see the details in our detailed compensation plan. But remember, people maintain these memberships on a monthly basis, okay? Now, the membership is just pennies a day. When I show you how this works, guys, it's going to be amazing. See, you have to get something called residual income. You believe in residual income, but you're on the wrong end. You signed up for your cell phone, you signed up for a lot of other things, and you pay them on a monthly basis, but you signed up one time. Here's the bottom line. You're getting residual income that's going to the companies that you're paying, but you got to turn that around. How do you have people bring you money every month? Well, if they buy our income shifting membership, they maintain it, guess what? You're going to get paid every single month. We had people go out and put 500 plus people in the deal in less than 6 months. But it's a matter of you working at your pace. The bottom line is we have people at every different juncture that you see here. We got people with 10 people. We have people with over 10,000 people that are in their network, okay? So we got all spectrums, okay? It's wherever you want to be. The bottom line is we pay you up to $8 per month on income shifting memberships, and that could be a tremendous amount of income, okay? So this is just to illustrate that. But now, let's say we can get you $1,000 between income shifting, with being able to minimize those taxes and also making money in the business. And remember, some people make as much as $1,000 in income shifted cash flow on just taxes. But look at this, paid off a $17,000 car in 12 months, paid off an $8,000 credit card in 5 months, and paid off a $200,000 mortgage in a little over 5 years. And we're 100% debt free with the help of the U.S. government. Do you like that? I'm sure you love it, right? So we paid off $225 grand in debt. We saved $352,000 in cash flow, but even more importantly, we have new cash flow on a monthly basis of over $2,900 per month. Let's income shift one more time. Let's take that cash flow and invest it. Let's take that cash, buy an asset. It creates more cash. Look at this. In 10 years, you could have $500,000 in your investment account. In 15 years, you could have over $1 million plus. See, what is your other $1 million plan? See, this is a great deal. Minimize those taxes by a few $100s to maybe as much as $800 or $900. Take that cash and minimize all your car notes, credit cards, student loans, and mortgages. And now guess what? You have $1,000 to maybe $3,000 to $4,000 to invest. And now you become a part of the American dream, okay? So you can sign up today. You're going to receive our personalized website. You're going to get our world-class business income system, and you're going to receive the income shifting membership. That income shifting membership is going to have the income shifting strategy. You're going to get the cash flow management software system, $1 million worth of identity theft protection, free and discount legal services. You also get our smart money credit system, discount travel and corporate perks, and all the great valuable tax benefits. You're going to save more on taxes in most cases than it costs you to have the membership, ladies and gentlemen. And the law says you got to do just two things: make a bona fide attempt to make money and keep good records. We have an app that is amazing that'll help do all those things. And I say, welcome to MyEcon. Now, typically, this system would retail for $199, okay? Today, we have a special. You get it for $19.95. You can't beat that. Test drive the system, okay? I guarantee you, you're going to save more than it costs you to have the system. And then in 30 days, you're going to pay $34.95 to maintain all the stuff you see on your screen here, and you're going to have great benefits, okay? So I say get back with the person that invited you to view the presentation. Tell them you're ready to income shift. Tell them you're ready to start building massive passive residual income, and we'll see you at the top.